Hey guys, welcome in with College Sportscast and our summer series, SEC Media Days, started today, and we're doing a night, and we are brought to you by the Fanboys with Let's Talk Sports, Sideline Sports, and WSBN TV Channel 30. Check out brand new intro for season 2. When it comes back, I'll speak. All right. I think I'm finally back. I got new equipment and everything, so I was trying this out. But so did the intro play? Did you see it, John?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
All right. So we are College Sportscast, and I have but new guy with me tonight. So John Hammonds is back on the show. Welcome,
Appreciate
Don.
it.
What's up?
Appreciate it. Glad to be back.
How you been, man?
Doing good. Just getting ready for football season.
Yeah. It's exciting, to have football season this close again.
Yeah,
and,
we got baseball going.
Glad that you're back with me tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you all into this Major League Baseball stuff? We don't.
Yeah, well, we ain't gonna get started on my Reds.
To it for a while. So.
We're not gonna get started on my Reds right now because
no.
Things are not good right now.
No.
Just put it on. Let's be honest with you. So.
What is? It looks like one of our others is saying that he could be on with us, but I've done started this and I can't send an invite right now. So, all right. Anyways, we are College Sportscast. Welcome in, and we're going to coverage of our SEC Media Days tonight. Today started SEC Media Days in Nashville, Tennessee. First time it's ever been in Nashville, and everybody in media, it seems like, is in Nashville, Tennessee. The next 3 or 4 days, and covering SEC Media Days.
Mm-hmm.
It started today, John, with LSU, Texas A&M, and Missouri. That's who we are going to talk about. That's who we're going to cover tonight. So that's where we're going to start, and we'll start with, if it opened up with Sankey opened up the SEC media
Yeah,
days
he opened up with a
to Mike Leach. I
Mike
don't know
Leach
if
tribute. That was pretty neat. Yeah, he was a man. You know,
he
Mike
opened
Leach
up and
was a man of yeah. Do what now?
he come out with no tie. He had a tie off and everything, and he told the story about how last year before the SEC media days started, when Mike was there, that Mike was telling him that story about how ties, shouldn't be a thing and blah 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 and all this stuff. So he with no tie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a man of few words, but when he did have something to say, he was pretty much locked into it. You know what I mean?
Did you
So
catch any of that today?
Yeah, I caught it. He was just kind of going in and out there a little bit. So, but I got it.
Is it skipping?
No, it's better now. So.
Okay. That's what it did last night too. I may have to go back to using other stuff. I don't know. I bought new stuff thinking it would work better, and so far I haven't seen that.
But you was talking about Leach. He was a man of very few words, but when he did speak, you had to pay attention to listen to what he had to say, and the interviews, the halftime stuff. He's pretty on target with things that he said, and I'm gonna miss Michael Leach. He was a really good gold standard for the SEC. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mike was SEC a few years. As far as being a head coach, most of his time was in the Big 12 and Pac-12. As far as being a head coach, he was only in there for 3 years. But he did have the best season he had so far in the SEC last year, taking Mississippi State to an 8-4 record in the regular season. Unfortunately, had a heart attack and passed away. I will say this while we're doing the Mike Leach tribute. He is the only coach that's different in the SEC this year, which is odd. Like in college football, there's a lot of coaches, and the SEC
there's
is
a lot of
intact
turnover.
coach-wise, except the loss of Mike Leach, Mississippi State.
Well, there's a new coordinator, which we're getting ready to go speak on that here in a minute, for Texas A&M.
That's the difference.
Bobby P. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only difference.
Well, and it's just not Bobby P. There's a lot of turnover, so especially within the coordinators. I can't hear you now. Yeah, we're having one of them technical difficulty nights. Let's just put it that way. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you any. You went dead. You went dead there for a minute. No. I can just see your lips moving. That's it. Uh-uh. I don't know what's. I don't know what it's done. I can't hear anything. I can't hear you. Hold on a minute. I can't hear you. I don't know. I hear you, John.
Yep.
I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, Brad's just mute. There's probably a button on his little switchboard that says like either to main mix or to phones or something like that. There's probably something that he can knock out.
Mm,
Yeah. Mm. I don't know what's going on.
I don't either.
That's
I don't know.
weird.
I don't
Oh,
know if y'all can
Oh,
hear me.
There he
Doesn't
is.
make
there,
any
there he
sense
is.
to me at
He's
all.
there, but and your face is frozen, but you started talking. We could hear you.
You can hear me. Finally?
Yeah, I hear you
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Somehow
Uh-oh.
There it went again.
We lost it. We lost him.
You lost you again. Yep.
Oh, Lord.
How you been, buddy? I ain't talked to you in forever.
I know it's been a while. Yeah, this is a nice start here.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Yep.
yeah, man, I don't
All right.
understand what's going on. How about
Yep.
Yeah, I hear you now.
okay, so it keeps changing my setting on its own.
Something with the new stuff is probably.
I don't know. Like it's changing it. I'm having to go back in there and put the mic back in there.
Mm-mm.
I've had to do it
Well, you're
twice
good for
now.
now. This is College Sportscast.
I don't know what's going on.
With technical
with it.
difficulties is irregularity.
I don't. I mean, I bought brand new equipment, and for some reason, this is changing my video setting on its own. I don't know.
I don't know.
Mm-mm-mm.
Okay. I was just talking about how Granke opened up today, done the Mike Leach tribute, talking about NIL legislation help, and was saying that he thought Congress was going to have to get involved. He also brought up expansion talk, and he was talking about how the SEC is good with 16. That everybody can do whatever they want, but it's good with 16. Did you guys
Yeah,
get?
I caught that.
it.
I saw that what he was talking about when he was talking about the conference expansion, and really mainly also the NIL stuff with with Congress and trying to do something that's being legislated just because you have all these different state laws that are out there, but none of them are actually being
Different
truly
states,
enforced. Also,
different government,
right,
each state,
and then
yeah.
right, and then you have all
Right.
these different rules with the NIL that also aren't necessarily being, governed or actually being, overseen. So it's really convoluted with the way that everything works right now, and then it's kind of a free for all. And the only way that it can be truly, I guess, overseen is if you have some governing body, but you've got to be equal across the board, state to state to state to state, and that's what he was really
And that's what
pushing
they're
and
trying
what
to
he
do
was
with
talking.
having
So
Congress get involved.
right, yeah, and so that's what I mean. He's just checking.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we don't have anybody to really check anything, and different states can do different things. So some schools are at a disadvantage because the states are doing different
Right.
things. So that's
Oh,
the
yeah,
way
absolutely.
that they were. Mm-hmm. So that's really what his focus was in there. And then there was, when he was talking about expansion, yeah, he really just kind of sat there and said, look, we're good with 16 right now, and that's really what he's going to say. There's not, he's not going to say anything that leads to pushing for more unless there is a legitimate something there. And at this moment, probably not anything.
There's a lot of other conferences that are.
Right. There are a lot of other conferences that are,
Yeah.
but to keep the product what it is, he's got to find like legitimate schools. If there are going to be schools out there, he's got to find ones that will make the conference money. And that you have to have it where when you're adding teams in, that the pool for each team grows instead of, gets divided out even more and it goes less. So you've got to find the ones that will bring in enough money that when you add them, each team gets more money per, you're elevating the amount of money each team gets.
No, absolutely.
And not every school is going to do that.
To hear him step in.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I thought it's good to hear him step in and say, at SEC, we're good with 6.
Right.
I ain't got nothing to say after that because John
And then the last thing
nailed it on the head there. So.
Yeah. I mean, the last thing I was going to bring up is he pretty much was kind of proud on his scheduling, talking about how 1 through 16, the 2024 schedule is kind of balanced through the whole thing. And there's nothing that has, a major advantage. And I think that's a big point because if you look around at the Pac-12 schedule and the ACC schedule, and you look at the Big Ten schedule, there is huge differences in some of those schedules.
I'll be honest with you too, Brad. We'll get to it in a minute, but the LSU guy mentioned today, he said coming to the SEC, he didn't really say it like this, but he said it's a different animal. And it's going to be a lot tougher than what they expect. And,
Is that going to see me?
Uh-oh. We lost him again. Why?
I can't hear you again.
He's moving his lips, and we know he's talking. We just can't hear him.
I'm serious, yes.
So we could, I don't know. You got to reset that mic. Yeah, so LSU definitely. I actually heard a beat writer for LSU that was on TV, or yeah, his beat writer. Well, not really a beat writer. He's a guy that's in the LSU media. Matt Moscona. He was on.
Yeah, I know, Matt.
He was on local radio here, and he was talking about the LSU, he's what his picks would be as well for this year, and talking about that he would pick. He's more than likely going to pick LSU to be number one. It's like that's not a homer pick. He just doesn't think that there's, this is the first time since the Nick Saban era began that he did not give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And that was what he was kind of pushing. And so the other thing about what he was doing was that he was pushing for I'm trying to think of what all he was saying because I tweeted this one out because I was like, he says LSU's going to win the West, Bama sucks, and Auburn's going to Auburn. That's right, because Auburn's going to beat a team they're not supposed to beat.
And I disagree. I disagree with that because Auburn is going to be better than people think.
Yeah, it's so hard to read them right now.
The biggest thing with Auburn, though, I told somebody yesterday, is their quarterback position is the biggest question mark.
Yes,
is if they get productive play out of the quarterback position,
right?
There's a good opportunity that Auburn could win 7 or 8 games.
And
you just don't, but you don't know what's going to happen.
Right, and
There's Brad. He's trying to say something.
Uh-oh.
Maybe if he takes his headphones out, You think that would work?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to figure a way out of here. This has been one great
SEC media days.
well, it's been great to be introduced to come back like this. It's been
How about now? Can you hear now?
a grand entrance. This has been some grand entrance to my return. Let me just tell you.
Okay, I've taken my mic and thing out. I've taken my mic and everything
Do
out
it.
because this thing is acting crazy. It's like it's ridiculous.
Would they be a college sportscast without Brad Harvey? Something falling apart during the show.
Frozen bread,
it's
silent
ridiculous.
bread, no bread. Who knows?
No bread, silent
Good
bread,
grief.
frozen bread.
Let it go.
Let it go, Brad.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay, so what I was saying to you, we're not talking about Auburn tonight, but we are talking
Well,
about LSU.
I was just
Brian
giving.
Kelly
I was just
come up
giving my
today.
thoughts.
Yeah, but we're not Auburn tomorrow.
Not till
Listen.
tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Listen, I was just giving my 2 cents.
Hey, you guys were talking about things that
Yeah.
changed or didn't change, since last year when you were talking about Mike Leach not being around. Like, did you forget that Hugh Freeze
Yeah.
came to Auburn? It's just
Yeah.
throwing that out there.
Just
Coaching
a
change.
Oh yeah,
There's another.
I did
There's,
forget
there's
about
another
Hugh
coaching.
Freeze.
There's
Right,
another
yeah.
coaching change.
Yeah, I did forget about Hugh
Did you
Freeze.
forget? Did you forget Auburn
So there
changed?
is another
that would
change.
change. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come on now, Brad.
you're right. My bad.
and then
But no, what
Georgia-
he was talking about.
Oh,
We were
you
just
can
talking
hear
about LSU.
that, but you can't hear nothing else.
I thought that was
You
interesting.
couldn't hear
what
nothing
the,
else I said.
didn't have to.
It might have been the Williams kid. Was it the Williams kid that said that it's going to be tough for Oklahoma and LSU and Texas to come into the? It might have been him or Wingo. They said something today. Said that it would be tough for Oklahoma and
Yeah.
Texas coming into the league next year, and it will be, because the SEC is not a patty cake league compared. I wouldn't say that the Big 12 is a patty cake league. There's about 2 or 3 teams in that league that could do possibly good in the SEC, but that's as far as you would go. SEC is good from top to bottom. Kentucky's getting better. South Carolina's getting better. Tennessee's on the
All
rise.
right. What did you think of Brian Kelly's? What did you think about Brian Kelly and what he was talking about on the mic today and what he brings? I know one thing for sure. He was talking about how they need to upgrade their talent, to
I think they have
Georgia
though.
and Alabama's level. Do y'all think they're there? Do you think they need to go a little further to?
I think they need another year. But I will say this: Jaden Daniels is probably one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the league. He mentioned the Tennessee game today. He said after the Tennessee game, he said we kind of turned it on, and they kind of figured it out. Which even last year, there was a lot of teams that got weather whooped by Tennessee. Well, not named South Carolina,
all right
but at the end of the day,
until they close the season out.
yeah, they didn't really do well going out the door. But like
They
you said,
stumbled quite hard closing the season out.
they did going out the door to end the year.
Look, their season was beating Bama, and then at the end they were like, you know what? We're done. We did it. We did what we came to do.
You can even
Beat
go.
Bama and we left.
You can go as even far as saying that LSU season was beating Bama last year, because look at what LSU did at Baton Rouge. They won on a last second play.
Right, but then
conversion, I think.
as I predicted, that at the end of the year they would lose to that god awful Texas A&M team, and that was hilarious.
That's what happened.
And then they didn't play great against Georgia either.
No,
They didn't play all that
No,
great
they-
against Georgia either in the championship game.
They
No.
struggled against Georgia.
but I think just about anybody struggled against Georgia. So but
Maybe.
yeah.
I mean,
Just
TCU
about.
certainly.
I mean, look, Ohio State's the only one that really put up an absolute fight. And then I think Missouri
Yeah.
did too. Missouri
Right.
Missouri made them look, but Missouri did that to a lot of teams where they were just like, oh, we could muck this game up so bad. And then, but Missouri just wasn't talented enough to stick the landing. I mean, like, heck, they even had it against Auburn. They should have won that game multiple times and couldn't stick the landing there too.
I thought it was interesting today that he was bringing up his Southern accent and thinking that he thinks he's got a little better at it, and that he does
My
it
family.
when he actually recruits in Louisiana. He uses those accents when he recruits,
But
and he said it
Why do
today.
you need a Southern? But why do you need a Southern one in Louisiana?
I don't
You
know. It
need
doesn't.
Cajun.
I thought it was a little
Cajun.
interesting.
My
Like, what's going
family
on?
is
My-
happy.
My family.
Is happy to be here. But I think overall the LSU is going to be really good. I think Alabama's going to be better, which we'll talk about Alabama later on, but they got some quarterback issues, I think. So
Wednesday. Yep.
Wednesday. So, but I think LSU is going to be good.
Yeah.
I think this year, as we go in to talk about Texas A&M, I think this is a big year for Jimbo Fisher. And I'll get into details in a
It will.
minute, but
Could that be? Could
Please,
this be the
we'll
great
get to
exodus?
what it is, but
I
we'll
wouldn't
just
say
get
it's
to
an
it,
exit.
sure.
I wouldn't say it's an exit, but he needs to win.
Okay.
Because-
What's the level? What's the win total that he needs to
He has
to
to at
hit
least
to
win
keep his
9.
job?
And I tell you why. Because look at what he's done the last couple of years. The recruiting classes he's brought in. You can't bring those type of classes in and not do anything with it.
Okay, how about
And-
this? Here, let's go through Texas A&M. While we're on the subject, let's go through Texas A&M's schedule right now. You want to do that?
let's
If
go
y'all
ahead.
want to move on, I'm going to bring up because I think today was the hot seat coaches minus
We're
Kelly.
here.
The next two coaches and the next two teams,
I
Texas A&M and
don't
Missouri.
think Kelly.
I think
I
that's
don't
the
think
two
Kelly's
hot
on the hot seat.
No. He's not saying Kelly. He's not saying Kelly. He's
Oh,
saying the
okay.
other. He's saying the other two.
I said minus.
Yeah, that's
Kelly.
what I was going to say. This is a big year. This is a big year for Eli Drinkwitz, in my opinion.
It is, but he just got the extension last
And
year.
Fisher.
He did, but
I don't care. He got an extension and has not had a winning record.
I just want him to just start making fun of people.
This will be his 4th year, and he has not had a winning record yet.
you know, he kind of reminds me of in a way.
Ted Lasso.
No, he reminds me of the coach that's at Cincinnati currently, Satterfield. And I don't mean that looks wise. I mean that in terms of recruiting.
Well, they both were at App State, were they not?
Well, and they're both.
Did
both sound
Satterfield
cool.
follow him at App State?
I'm not sure
I
on
think
that.
so.
One. I know he went to Louisville from App State.
Yeah,
Well,
but I think Eli took the Mizzou job, and then Satterfield took the App State one. And
but
then App
I
State,
think in terms of coaching, they're the same kind of coach, and I feel like their recruiting's the same. But let me tell you something, and I'm just gonna get my 2 cents in here while we're at it. App State recruiting is nothing compared to the SEC.
yeah, neither is Boise
It's a totally
State.
different game.
Yeah, Boise State's the same way.
Talent level is the
Yeah.
same. It's not the same. You're going into a bigger fish fry
No, I mean, it's
and-
absolutely not.
and crab boil. You know.
If I had to pick 2 coaches in the SEC that I thought was on the hottest seat, it would be 2 that was
It's
on the
those two.
podium today, and that would be Jimbo Fisher and Eli Drinkwitz.
Well, and now you got Jimbo Fisher butting heads with Bobby Petrino. And I don't know how that's going to work, but
Can't wait to watch this just
That's gonna
crash
be-
and burn.
Well, I'll get
Crash
to
and
that.
burn.
I'll get to that. I have a good question when it comes to that one, the whole Bobby Petrino, Jimbo Fisher thing. But, so I thought when Jimbo Fisher took the mic today, last year, he was fresh off of that #1 recruiting class. He come in with all this swag and everything. And I thought today
He
when he
wanted to
took
fight
the
Saban.
mic,
He
he was a little bit
Saban.
more. Yeah, he was wanting to fight Saban last year, had that #1 recruiting class, was bragging, all this stuff. This year, when he took the mic today, he didn't quite have all that bravado. Not quite so much this time, I didn't think.
Had to have a little humble pie last year.
he got humbled a little bit last year.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. I didn't think so. Now, if you want to talk about A&M, let's talk about their quarterback situation. Is it going to be Wigman, whatever his name is?
He was
Connor?
the better choice
I
last
don't know how
year.
he pronounces it.
Connor Wigman.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you know what I
think he'll-
thought of last year's.
I think he'll be the starter most likely.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Max Johnson, done some stuff, and he's there too. So
Max Johnson to me is just too inconsistent. He was that way at LSU. He had a couple of good games at LSU.
but he has had good games.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
has.
Well, Connor Wigman had good games. Or Wigman.
The biggest issue with Texas A&M last year was their defense, and that shouldn't have been the case.
And
It was.
Their defense was really bad.
No, they're
last year.
full of
Their
4 and
offense was
5
really
star
bad.
players.
their offense was really bad. What are you
And their
talking
offense-
about?
Their offense,
It was
But their
horrible.
defense,
Horrible.
their
but
offense
at times
was
their
terrible.
defense kept
But-
them in the
but they
games. at
stuck-
times. But,
But they stuck with a quarterback that was horrible.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, just look at the Auburn game. Okay, look at the Auburn game. That game was 13-10. That was a god-awful game, but it was Cadillac's first home game, which made it just
It
such
was.
a massive, it was a sold-out crowd. I mean, that was probably the most rowdy Auburn was last year, the whole season. But that game, you watched the game, that game was terrible. If any one of those teams had a decent offense, then it would have been a blowout the other way, but it wasn't.
Smith for Texas A&M, their wide receiver is going to be crucial for them. And nice.
It will be. He will be.
I just think
absolutely. That's
he's
why
got to be.
He was one of the speakers today.
Yeah, he's got to be one of the big leaders because right now there's a lot of question marks at Texas A&M. And I'll be honest, I said 9 wins. They might have to win 10. And I'm not saying Jimbo's going to get fired. I'm not saying that. But at the end of the day, if you don't develop these players and get them, you have one of the top recruiting classes, back-to-back years?
Should we go through the schedule?
And I mean, that's all right with you, but I mean,
Listen,
at some
if
point,
if you want to know what I think 8-4 and he keeps his job. If he goes up, he keeps his job.
8.
what's the saying in Missouri?
Top 5 recruiting
What's
class
the
over
slogan?
the last several years.
What's the slogan in Missouri? Show me state.
If he goes
Show me
8-4
state.
after
You gotta
going
show me.
5-7,
That's
after going
mediocrity. No
5-7,
way.
goes 8-4.
You're going to pay him.
I think he'll keep his job.
Oh, that is terrible. They're
I
paying
do.
a ton of money to go 8-4, which is what they'll do without paying.
They
that
are.
much.
They are. They went 5-7 last year.
I'll even tell you one better than that. If
They were okay
If he-
with
if
5-7. I think they'll be all right with 8-4.
and another thing too, his biggest
No.
issue is he does not know how to work with quarterbacks. Jameis Winston saved his tail. That's another thing that Jimbo's got some issues with his quarterback.
So
But
here's
that's
the
not-
schedule.
So,
Here's the schedule.
okay.
They're gonna start off week 1, New Mexico. That's a win. Yes.
Yeah, that's a win.
Okay. At Miami.
Depends on which Miami team
A
shows
win,
up.
probably.
It's a toss
I
up.
think it's a win.
Lama. So you're going win at Miami. Okay. La Monroe, win.
They'll win that one.
Auburn.
Where's it at?
It's at Texas A&M.
Usually Auburn does not win good down there.
It's at Texas
No,
A&M this
actually,
time.
Auburn actually
Oh, no,
wins
no.
in Texas A&M. They
I'm
win
thinking
there.
about at Auburn's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, they usually win on the road against Texas A&M. So, new coach for Auburn. Do you think they win that one?
Auburn's going to be awful young.
They're going to be awful. Just
I think.
it's going to be unpredictable. So
Yeah, they're very predictable.
If it's sitting
very
here
predictable.
tonight,
No, the predictably
if I had to
unpredictable.
guess, I would say A&M wins it.
So you're saying 4-0.
They'll be
Okay.
4-0, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's the Southwest Classic. Arkansas at Arlington. This one they should have lost last year.
Arkansas is due to win that one.
Should have lost
Yeah.
it last year.
They're due to win that one because Arkansas should.
Things went downhill when Jefferson fumbled and got hurt.
Oh, and the field goal. Don't even get started on the field goal situation.
Right.
So,
So
I give Arkansas that one.
okay,
That's
so 4-1. Okay.
Well, man,
Bam.
so that's
Bam.
4-1.
Bama
Yeah. Loss. I think it's a loss.
Yeah,
at Tennessee.
Ain't that their
It's a
first
loss.
trip? Ain't that their first trip there?
Possibly. Yeah.
I think it's their first trip to Tennessee.
Could be. Yeah. Sounds about right. At
'Cause they
Tennessee.
they've only played Tennessee once, and I think, or maybe twice, and it was in A&M.
Okay. So at Tennessee.
Yeah, they lose that one.
Okay. Bye week and then South Carolina
Depends on which Spencer Rattler you get.
and
Yeah.
at Ole Miss.
And at Ole Miss. Okay.
So you're talking about now an offense that could absolutely blow up their defense. Also
Yeah,
could
but-
be as anemic as they are.
But is Ole Miss defense going to be improved, though? That's the thing.
Not a clue. Couldn't tell you that. All right. Mississippi State, which I don't
It's
know.
not.
I
It's
think
not
it's a
the.
win. I don't think.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mississippi State's not going to have the year. I think. They're
I
not
think.
Okay. So we're looking at
I don't think.
loss with Bama, possibly loss with Tennessee, and then we don't know anything. We're not really doing anything for South Carolina or Ole Miss.
Well, when you look at
One
all
of
the
those,
schedule,
would
I'll
you
tell
say?
you. Go through their schedule.
Okay. Well, I mean Mississippi State, and then it's Abilene Christian, and then at LSU.
So, like I said, if they were to go 8-4, and let's say they lose LSU, Alabama, and
And Tennessee.
Tennessee,
That's
okay,
9.
then that means to go 8, you have to win. You have to win like the South Carolina, the Ole Miss, the Auburn. Those games.
no,
You
no,
got to
no,
win
no,
to
no, no.
lose
Right now.
one.
Yeah, you can only lose one between Miami, South Carolina, Ole Miss, and Auburn. You can only lose one between all of them.
Right.
I mean, are you confident?
8
Are
and
you
4.
confident that they're going to do that?
No, I'm really not
I can't-
confident. I said he's on the hot seat. No. I said he's on the hot
I think
seat.
they go 7-5.
And
I
I
think he
think
gets fired.
7-5, I think gets him fired for sure.
And I think he gets fired at
So,
7-5. I think he might get fired at 8-4.
Here's
It
my
just depends on what
biggest
it looks like.
question. My biggest question when it comes to Texas A&M.
Okay.
Petrino in the picture now, and y'all were talking
Mhm.
about quarterbacks. John,
Yes.
Hammonds, you were bringing up the court issue. So Bobby Petrino has done pretty well with offense and quarterbacks. It's been 20 years since he wasn't a head coach.
And let's
20 years.
It's been
All right.
been 13 in the SEC. It's been at least 13 since in the SEC because he was the head coach in 2010.
Yeah, he had he coached it.
He was the head coach. He was the head coach at Arkansas in 2010. 2011 was when he got fired and they went downhill.
The motorcycle incident.
I'm just saying, I got a number. It's been pretty close to 20 years since
it's been quite a bit.
Head coach
in the SEC. Yes.
So my question to you is, the combination of Fisher and Bobby Petrino, is it going to be explosive or is it going to be combustible?
Yes. Explosive on the sidelines, very combustible. Yes.
Depends on from game to game, to my opinion.
Who's in control?
Jimbo likes to be in control.
I'm told if you're looking at the whole season, if you're looking back on the season, you're predicting. Exactly.
So they asked Jimbo.
I want to know who's calling the plays. Well, everybody at the days today was wanting to know who's calling the play.
He couldn't give a straight answer on that one. Well, hopefully he'll call the plays.
Everybody today was asking. Oh, I know.
So I don't know, man. I just want to get my popcorn out and watch
the plays. Yeah, hope.
Yeah. I just want to get my popcorn out and start watching this because this is going to be pure entertainment. It's going to be awesome. You know me, and I love chaos
for sure.
And this is going to be the most chaotic team ever.
I'm telling you, is the offense going to be explosive or is it going to be combustible? Because that is what's going to determine if you get to 8 wins or not. I don't even think Texas A&M should even be here talking about 10 wins.
No.
Bobby Petrino does. He's pretty well known for having an explosive offense.
Yeah, but
so does he get things and turn it around and make Texas A&M? That's what I'm saying.
Well, right.
Now, if you're
we're
asking
all saying
me,
the same thing. We're all asking.
Jimbo Fisher's going to lead this and it's going to be explosive, then no.
Ooh. I just want to watch. I just want to watch.
Petrino's leading this. Then
I just want to watch I just want to watch the internal combustion. Just everything just blow up from the inside. I think that would be hilarious.
What I said.
You thought the Auburn internal
I'm just
fighting
saying,
was
I didn't
bad.
say.
Watch this one. This will get worse.
My prediction is no. I'm saying that's where they get to in order for Jimbo to stay.
What's your prediction?
That's what John said 9. Hammond said 9. Didn't you say you thought he'd have to get to?
Yeah, I think he has to.
Has to get to 9. What do you think he will get to?
I think, to me, he'll get 8.
8.
That's just my opinion.
And what about you, Brad? Do you think he'll have 7, 8, or 9? Or do you think it'll be more or less than either of those? Oh, no. We lost him. He done died again. Oh, yeah, there you are.
Yeah, there he is.
No.
No, you're frozen. But, yeah, go for it. What do you think? You there? Nope. We lost him again. He's playing hide and seek right now.
I don't know.
This has been
I
one
can't
interesting
tell.
show tonight, I can tell you.
No,
Yeah. So you think it'll be 8-4? You think there'll be eight wins?
He'll
What do you-
win 8 games. I
Okay.
just think 9 will be. I think 9, he's pretty safe. So
Yeah. So 9 keeps him safe, but you're thinking 8's probably what he ends up doing.
8's probably what he ends up with.
So his fourth loss is
okay.
where?
Am I back?
You say Bama, Tennessee, LSU. Where's the fourth one?
Probably Arkansas.
Arkansas. Okay.
Yeah.
But he wins. He wins against Auburn. He beats South Carolina. He beats Ole Miss.
Yeah, and he probably loses against Arkansas because Arkansas is due for a win from after last year.
Yeah. Do you think it will be a solid win, or do you think it will be
It'll be close.
It'll be one of these like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened.
I think it'll be close because KJ Jefferson's back and he's a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah. I'll agree.
We got Brad back on the dot.
Oh, look, there's Brad.
He don't look happy, man. He looks really upset.
His face doesn't change. It's like he's frozen. He's so frozen.
I can't figure all this
Oh,
out.
there it is.
It doesn't make. Am I back?
Oh, Lord. Yeah, you're
Yes.
back. I'll be back. Terminator.
I didn't do anything. It's
Just keeps
It's just
blurring
one of them. It's just one of them nights.
one of them things.
I don't know. Now can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. It keeps changing on its own, and I'm not doing anything. I have no idea. Doesn't make any sense.
No. But
I don't know.
So-
this is only the second time I've used this. So
yesterday being the first.
yes.
Yeah. So we are we moving on from Texas A&M to the
Yeah,
to the next one?
yesterday was the first. Yeah, we'll go to Missouri and Eli. So Eli,
If only
today. Missouri was the last one today. Eli Drinkwitz. I think he's on. I know that we've done a lot of talk about Jimbo Fisher on the hot seat, but I actually think that Eli Drinkwitz is on the hottest seat in the SEC.
do they have a 12th game scheduled? I only saw 11 on their schedule.
I don't know. Maybe they don't have their.
One,
Maybe
two,
they should
three.
have a 12-game schedule. Yeah.
Hold on. One. Oh, that's what it is. Their bye week is the last week of the season. Wait, that's not right. That's not right. No, their bye week's the 28th. Let's take a look. Hold on. Did I mess this up? Let me see. Who do they play the 28th? They don't play on the 28th. But they don't play on the 25th of November either. That's where like everybody else's season ends. It's the 25th of November. But they don't play on the 28th of October either. I mean, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games. There are 11 games scheduled for November, or for Mizzou.
Well, surely a game somewhere, or they will have. Maybe they had
I mean,
somebody
they're going to be
cancel
paying.
or something. I don't know.
I mean, they maybe paying, what is that, Southeast Missouri or somebody like that to come in and.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe it's an FCS team.
Play St. Louis. Do they have a football team?
Could be. I don't know. It might be an FCS team or something. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean,
But let's talk about their quarterback situation.
Yeah.
Is it Brady Cook? Is it going to be the redshirt freshman Horn? Or is it Jake Garcia of Miami? Because that's their other option.
Hey, no, you know what it is? I'm sorry to go back to it. Their schedule does not have an 8 SEC game. I don't know who it is.
They have
Who are they playing?
to play 8. Yeah, they have to play.
Yes, I get that. But on their website, it has Vandy, LSU, Kentucky, South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, and Florida. Who's the other one?
You're going to make me try to look this up, aren't you?
You're gonna make me use my brain. I mean,
I haven't looked at Missouri's football.
I'm
schedule yet,
just
okay?
questioning this. Vanderbilt, LSU,
I haven't looked at it.
Kentucky.
Okay. According to what I got, they're South Dakota,
Yep,
Tennessee,
got
Kansas State,
it. Yep,
Memphis,
yes,
Vandy,
yep,
LSU, Kentucky, South
Got it.
Carolina,
yep,
Georgia,
yep.
Tennessee,
Mm-hmm.
Florida, and Arkansas.
Yep. So Arkansas is the one that's not listed on this website that I'm looking at. That's the one. So on the 25th, they're playing Arkansas. Okay.
November the 24th, they play Arkansas.
November 24th. So that's the Friday game. Okay.
It says November
That was just
24th.
below-
It's at Arkansas.
Yeah. So that's the Friday game. Yeah. That was just weird. It's just weird that they didn't have that. That they didn't have it all. That they didn't have the final game listed. I just thought it was weird. I don't know. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. Anyway, so Eli Drinkowitz, hot seat. Yeah.
Let's talk about his quarterback. Simmons, who wins that quarterback spot? Do you think Brady Cook holds it, or
I think Brady Cook wins it. He's froze again.
It's a silent Bob. Oh no. So anyway, so Missouri, you said that Brady Cook's going to keep the job as being the
Yeah, I think Brady Cook's got it. He's shown flashes last year, potential last year. So
right.
I think
Now,
it's his to lose.
Do you think that the thicker kicker can actually hit field goals?
I think he can. Yeah.
Yeah. not miss the chip shot 20-something yarder against Auburn?
Yeah, that happened. Yeah. That was really bad. That was an ugly game anyways.
So Auburn is 8-0 on my birthday, and that game was on my birthday.
Yeah.
Almost lost the undefeated. almost took a loss on my birthday. They were 7-0 going into that game, and then, whoo.
But I think Missouri, I think there's a chance that they could win 7 games this year.
7. You want to go through that one?
Let's go through it real quick.
All right, here we go. We got South Dakota. That's a win, yay?
Yep.
Okay, Middle Tennessee.
That's a win.
Is it?
Depends. Middle Tennessee's been known to give some team fits.
Yeah, like Tennessee, right?
Yep.
Mm.
They gave Kentucky fits.
Sorry. They beat Miami last year. That's who.
They gave Kentucky fits a couple years ago.
Yeah, they beat Miami last year.
Yeah.
So K-State. Brad's trying to say something, but we don't know what it is.
Yeah,
So.
I don't know.
He said an
That's
L.
possible.
He said he's given the L to K-State.
That's a L.
Okay.
I think. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Memphis.
Memphis.
Yeah.
They're not going to be as good as they have been, but it's still that could be a toss-up game.
Toss up. Brad, give us fingers. We going win or we going loss?
Where's the game at?
All right, there you go. No, it's at home.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I got Missouri here.
Yep. Okay. At Vandy.
A win. Well, I don't know. Vandy's going to be a little bit better than they was last year. It couldn't be no worse. So, but I think still that's a win. It's a home game.
At Vandy. In Nashville, in front of 10 people.
Yeah. Let's just say that's a win. Is that 4-1?
That's 4-1. 1, 2,
Okay.
3. Yep. All right. LSU.
Loss. Where's it at?
It doesn't matter.
It ain't going to happen. They're not going to beat them in Baton Rouge if that's where it's at.
All right. Say it. 1, 2, 3. We're going to be at Kentucky. 1, 2, 3.
They're losing that one, but they haven't beat Kentucky at home in 3-4 years.
Yeah.
It's been a while since they beat Kentucky on the road. So
All right. South Carolina. Does it matter where it's at?
it's always a tight game.
Okay, so it's at home.
I think I'm gonna go with Missouri here because South Carolina is not real good on the road, or
All
have
right.
not been in the
All
past.
right. This one's going to be the toughest opponent. Bye week.
Yeah, well, they probably win that game. So
All right. At Georgia.
they ain't winning that one.
Tennessee.
Nah. Is it at Tennessee?
No.
Tennessee sometimes struggles at Missouri, but they're still going to lose. So
Florida.
where's it at?
Missouri.
They might beat Florida at home.
Okay.
Florida's quarterback situation is kind of mucky right now.
Home versus Arkansas.
That's a rivalry game, so it's a toss-up. So I say give them a win. So how many wins is that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's about as good as they're going to get, to be honest.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
I mean, and that might not even be enough to keep Drinkwitz's job. Like, he's going to have to start beating teams that he's supposed to, like, say, Kentucky, Arkansas.
Yeah, because I mean, if he loses his final 2 games, then that means he goes out with a 4-game losing streak and ends up not being not being 7-5, but being 5-7.
Yeah. I think, and he just put up there how many wins keeps Drinkwitz at Missouri. I think 8 at the most.
Really, that's a lot.
I think that's going to – I mean, what's he really done? I mean, he had that one year where he beat LSU.
What's the expectation?
Well, didn't they get Luther Burden back? I think they got their wide receiver back. I think they got a really good team.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, you got to produce, and they haven't the last couple of years, I don't think.
That's true.
And
That's
it's
true.
just it's not been up to Missouri standards. So
Right.
well, I
Right.
think 8. He's got to at least win 8 if he wants to keep a job.
Okay.
I think so.
Gotcha. I mean, I think he's, unless it is just an absolute he's lost the players, I don't think he loses his job this year.
Mm. I think you're going to have to give him one more year, though. I think this, I don't know, he's kind of iffy on because who's going to take that Missouri job? Like I mean, they're not really a football. Well, back in the day, they was pretty good in the Big 12, but I mean, that's a place that I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a toughie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the coach before that, he was really good.
Barry
Pinkel.
Odom.
Well, Barry Odom was good too, but Pinkel was good too. Pinkel had him winning. He had him, I think, going to the SEC championship, didn't he?
Back-to-back years.
Back-to-back years. So you can win there, but the expectations a lot of times there is out of the roof.
He also went to some Big 12 championship games too.
He did, and it's tough being at a place like Missouri because you're not known for the tradition like Alabama and these other schools are. So
right now, we didn't go through the LSU schedule. You want to go through that one?
Yeah, let's go through it real quick.
Since we kind of skipped through it when we were talking about Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
So LSU, they start the year off Sunday. They are playing Florida State in Orlando.
I'm gonna tell you something. This game could depend their season. Could.
Brad's calling a win for LSU.
I don't know, man. FSU is the dark horse.
Yeah, it's been a lot of times when people have said that, and yet here we are.
Yeah,
waiting on them to not.
They got a better team this year, though.
Yeah, they do.
And plus, they get Jordan Travis back, so that's going to help.
That's true. Okay.
So I say they lose that game.
So we got.
I still think they lose, but I think LSU will lose that game. That's just mine.
Okay.
So.
All right, Grambling State. That's a win.
To win.
Mississippi State.
Where's it at?
At Mississippi State.
Oh goodness, it's always close.
Cowbells.
But I think LSU wins that game though on the road.
Wins. Okay. Arkansas.
At home.
The old boot rivalry at home.
I think they'll take it this year. Didn't Arkansas beat them last year?
Yes.
Yeah, I think LSU returns the favor.
Okay. At Ole Miss.
Always another close game. I think they win that one. I think they go in big kicker.
All right, at Missouri, which we called a win on on the Missouri one. So,
yeah.
All right, 10-14, they host Auburn.
It's always tight.
It's in LSU,
but I think they win that
game. Auburn has won one time since 1999 in LSU.
Yeah,
and that was the last time that they played there.
History is not on the Auburn Tigers side. Let's just put it that way.
But the last time that Auburn visited there, they won.
Coach Hubert was on the team.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. Smoked a bunch of cigars.
Yes, they did.
That's a loss for Auburn.
So it's a win for LSU. Okay.
Yeah, unless Auburn comes out and just really outmuffles them, I don't see that happening.
Right. Army. Okay.
Was that it?
Army.
Oh, Army. That's a win.
Yeah. Then it's the bye weekend on the 28th, and then we are at Bama.
Ooh, Bama's going to be a lot better this year. I don't see them beating Bama at Bama.
At Bama's a loss.
Not many people go into Bama and win.
Okay. Florida, rivalry game.
Where's it at? Florida?
LSU.
That's a win.
Okay. Georgia State's a win.
Okay. Then they play A&M, right?
Yeah, A&M.
That's a win. So that's what, 10?
It's 10 for you and it's 11 for Brad.
I think it's about right. 10, 11 wins.
Unless he says that I didn't see Brad's Bama. Was it a win or a loss versus Bama?
It was a loss.
Okay. Was that what Brad said?
Yeah, it was a loss.
Okay. So Brad's got 11-1 and you've got 10-2.
Yeah.
So here is the 11-1 number one in the West, or is that one loss to Alabama what keeps them from winning the West?
I think it's that one that keeps them from
Winning it.
Mm-hmm.
So Bama wins the West. LSU with 11-1 goes to a New Year's 6 and possibly the college football playoff as an outside team. They get in because Georgia most likely beats Bama.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That'll piss a lot of people off. Just checking, seeing what this was.
I think that's the end of our show, if I'm not mistaken. So,
Yeah, other than seeing if we could find Silent Brad to give us a
kind of
few.
log.
Hey, Brad, why don't you give us?
I can't get it
we
to
heard him.
work.
I heard him.
I've been trying.
Oh, there he is. Silent Brad is talking.
Don't you do the ads before you log out?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Just waiting on you to speak.
Can you hear me? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. We hear you loud and clear. Well, he's froze, but we can hear him.
Well,
This is frozen,
amazing.
Brad.
Okay. I didn't know if you could or not. I've been sitting here just mostly.
This has been
What is
one
going on?
interesting.
I don't know what's going on
This
with
podcast
this thing.
just
I have
took
no
the L.
idea.
This podcast just took a big L tonight.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't understand what's going on. We'll finish this up tomorrow night, and I'm probably going to go back to my old laptop until I figure this thing out, because this is acting crazy.
So just like baseball, we will try again tomorrow night.
This is
You
silent. This is Silent Brad, Frozen Brad.
Yes, we will
Now we
try
get to see
again tomorrow.
Angry Brad.
I can't get hardly anything to come up, and
Hey, and now we get the Angry Brad.
y'all have a good night. See you guys tomorrow night.
And just like that, he is
It's ridiculous.
gone. That was hilarious.